2024 and even in the beginning of 2025, I was doing videos making fun of other franchises because they could not sell out their games. In fact, they couldn't even come close to selling out their games, right? It seemed unimaginable if I was sitting in this chair this time last year that we would be talking about the Indiana Fever. In fact, let's just start with tickets. To hell with it. Let's start with tickets.
With the Indiana Fever's season opener just days away, the team's ticketing situation has become a topic of significant discussion. Beat reporters covering the team daily have been sharing practice footage and photos showing players including Lexi Hall and Justine Persant on the court. Caitlin Clark has also been spotted in practice content, notably wearing a leg sleeve, an accessory that continues to draw attention given her recent hard fall on the knee during the preseason game against Nigeria. The contrast between where the Fever stood in terms of ticket demand just 1 and 2 years ago versus where things stand now is difficult to ignore.
That we would be sitting here talking about the Indiana Fever, and we are a few days out, folks. What are we, 5 days out? They play on Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're 5.5 days away. It is unimaginable. I looked at this. I saw this little, good God, the social.
During the 2024 season and into the early part of 2025, the Indiana Fever were selling out games consistently, while other franchises across the league were struggling to fill their arenas. That dynamic appears to have reversed in a striking way. 5.5 days out from the season opener, virtually every section of the arena still has tickets available. Specific sections are sitting with 46, 47, 48, 52, and 67 tickets remaining, and that pattern holds across almost the entire seating map.
God, the social media of the Indiana Fever's train wreck now. Boy, has there been a greater drop-off in content in the last 3 months than the Indiana Fever social media? I don't know what's happened. I guess part of it is the front office has caused a lot of the backlash, combined with AI. So the Indiana Fever dropped this video out. Secure your tickets today. Can't wait to see you at the season opener. I was
By any measure, thousands of tickets remain unsold with the opening game approaching rapidly. The Fever's front office released a promotional video this morning urging fans to secure their tickets ahead of the opener. The video featured several players speaking to the team's energy heading into the new season, with players referencing the team's roster depth, their togetherness from last year carrying over, the pace they plan to play with, and a general sense of confidence about the group assembled. One detail that did not go unnoticed was that Caitlin Clark did not appear in the video until roughly the 3:09 second mark, a decision that struck many observers as unusual given that she remains the primary draw for the franchise and has been central to every major increase in ticket demand and viewership the team has experienced.
I was like, season opener? Is that game?
Fever fans, welcome back to Gamebridge. We're super excited to have you guys here. We're going to be working hard. We're going to have a lot of fun. So continue to show up and show out.
We're going to be healthy this season, so we're going to have a complete complement of a roster. We're going to be a fun team to watch.
Our togetherness and our connectedness that allowed us to be so successful last year, I see that carried over to this season.
I think with the new additions to our team, we have added a lot of different layers that bring out the best in me, bring out the best in CC.
We're going to be a team that...
The slow ticket movement is being read by many as a reflection of deeper frustrations surrounding the franchise. The front office's handling of several situations over recent months, combined with the ongoing discourse around coaching decisions, has generated a level of backlash that appears to be translating into purchasing hesitation. The team's social media output has also drawn criticism, with noticeable commentary about a drop in content quality and engagement over the past several months. Some have pointed to the visible empty seating during the Nigeria exhibition game as an early warning sign.
Me, bring out the best in CC.
We're going to be a team that plays up tempo and plays fast. It's going to be really exciting on both ends of the floor.
Just get up and down, play with pace. We're going to be a team that plays hard, that competes at a high level. We have a bunch of dogs on our team this year. We're gritty, we're tough.
Whoever puts the jersey on, that's my sister. I'm going.
Did we just get to how many? Did we just get to 38 seconds? 39 seconds. I don't know. Maybe she showed up earlier and I just missed.
Observers who watched that game noted that vacant seats were spread across multiple sections, the right side, the left side, and directly down the center, and were present from the opening tip, not the result of late arrivals or early departures. The general expectation is that the season opener will likely sell out before Saturday arrives, as last-minute ticket purchases ahead of opening night are common. The more meaningful signal, however, is the pace at which sales have moved leading up to the game. A franchise that was once the story of WNBA attendance now finds itself posting promotional videos, asking fans to secure seats 5 days before a home opener, with thousands of tickets still on the market, a situation that would have seemed highly unlikely just 12 months ago.
Say, I don't know. Maybe she showed up earlier and I just missed.
Gritty,
39
tough.
seconds?
Whoever puts the jersey on,
39 seconds before Caitlin Clark showed up in this video in any way? Maybe that's wrong.
that's my sister.
Maybe.
I'm going to war for her.
Whatever the team needs me to be, I'm ready for whatever. CC return, man. She's gonna come back and play so many games for us.
You're going to love our new players. Great personalities, great players, great athletes, great people.
We're gonna have fun. Fast, electric.
Wait a minute.
Practice footage from Tuesday also drew attention beyond the ticket conversation. Clark's leg sleeve was visible again in video captured by beat reporters, fueling continued speculation about whether the accessory is purely cosmetic or connected to the knee she went down on during the preseason. Lexi Hall was also seen moving well on the court, taking and converting shots, and appears positioned to be available for the opener. Justine Persant's presence in practice has similarly led to speculation that she may remain on the final roster.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She's
Jersey
not
on.
in this video as one of the
Plays
personalities?
fast.
CC
We're gonna
that I bring out with the new additions to our
That carry our connected.
Complement of a roster. We're going to be a fun team.
We're coming back to game.
Shut up. So, anyway, they released this video. This came out this morning. There hadn't been a ton of feedback yet.
The Indiana Fever appear to be in good health heading into their season opener this Saturday, with Lexi Hull among those participating fully in practice. Several players have spoken to reporters during this final stretch before the regular season begins, with Raven Johnson and Sophie Cunningham both addressing the media and offering candid assessments of the team's development and their individual journeys through camp. Johnson, entering her second year in the league, was asked what changes she has noticed in herself between reporting to training camp and the close of preseason. Her response centered on learning to move through mistakes rather than dwelling on them.
Anyway, they released this video. This came out this morning. There hadn't been a ton of feedback yet, a ton of response, but it did get me curious, right? And so I click on the link. I'm like, they're peddling this for the season opener 5 days away? This game's not sold out? Guys, I don't think there's no way we had this conversation in 2024 or 2025. That here we are this far out from the game and we're like, look at this.
Earlier in her career, mental errors would pull her out of rhythm, but the approach has shifted toward accepting that mistakes are part of the game and redirecting focus toward effort-based contributions, hustle plays, deflections, steals, and keeping teammates in good positions. Listening and absorbing information has been a priority, though the coaching staff has pushed her to be more vocal on the court, something she described as a genuine challenge given that she is still in the process of learning the team's defensive schemes and concepts. When the veterans encourage a younger player to speak up, there is a natural tension between deference and assertion, and Johnson acknowledged that balance is still something she is working through.
Through the beginning of preseason?
Honestly, just listening, playing through my mistakes, the good and bad. Sometimes I can get in my head when I make a mistake, but now I just like, you're going to make a mistake, you're human. Just play through it and try to just do the little things, which is hustle plays, try to get steals, and put my teammates in best positions. So just being a sponge and using my voice more. They want me to use my voice more, and I'm like, you don't use my voice. You guys, I'm listening to you guys, so it's like little things like that.
How do you kind of balance that as a rookie who is being told to use their voice versus listening to your vets?
Her on-court versatility during the preseason showed up in the box scores, leading the team in blocks in one game and topping the roster in rebounds in another. She attributed those contributions to work done in the weight room and a mindset built around doing the small things consistently. Johnson also spoke about the experience of sharing the floor with Tyra Harrison and Aaliyah Boston during one preseason stretch, describing it as genuinely exciting.
A rookie who is being told to use their voice versus listening to your vets.
It's hard because they're experienced. They know, the schemes, the concepts here. So when they say use my voice, I'm like, I'm just learning the schemes. I'm just, trying to do what they're doing, honestly. So when they say that,
Raven, is you complaining? Because it sounds like she's starting to complain a little bit. Don't come over here complaining, Raven. We've been holding you down over here. Don't be coming over here complaining now. Because it sounds like you whining a little bit. You whine a little bit.
That just put a lot of trust in.
Her relationship with Minnesota's Anthony Edwards was mentioned as well. The two have maintained a close support system and were in contact as recently as the previous day discussing the NBA playoffs. On the subject of Harrison specifically, Johnson reflected on how she had looked up to her while being recruited out of high school and that playing alongside her now carries real weight. Harrison leads by example in practice and carries herself as a professional in a way that Johnson said makes a direct impression on younger players.
Now, because it sounds like you whining a little bit. You whine a little bit.
That just put a lot of trust and confidence in myself, that they believe in me. So
when you say that they're asking you to use your voice, were you mean when you're playing, as behind the scenes, where do they want to hear that?
Yeah, in practice, on the court. Mo was telling me when she's down to get on her sometimes, and I was like, you want me to get on you? Like, you're like my... I call her mom. That's what I call her. So I was like, you're like my mother. Like, you want me to get on you? You're supposed to be getting on me. So, like, little things like that.
You had a chance to do it yet?
No, not yet.
Raven, the first game you led them in blocks. Last game led the whole team in rebounds. Is that just you showing?
The fact that both are South Carolina alumni has added another layer to that connection. Regarding head coach Stephanie White, Johnson praised her not just as a basketball mind, but as someone who genuinely invests in her players as people. White managed significant personal challenges of her own during the previous season while continuing to show up for the team, and Johnson suggested that the kind of trust that builds between a coach and players at this level depends heavily on that human element.
The whole team in rebounds, is that just you showing off the variety in which you can contribute on this group?
Weight room.
Yep.
Weight room. It started in the weight room. But it's the little things, just trying to get hustle plays. I think that's just come with heart. Tenacity, I think that's what I do, honestly.
Did you take notice of the moment when you, Ty, and Aaliyah shared the floor last game?
Oh, yes, I was excited. I told Ty to bring the ball up so I can get a little breather from defense, but I like playing with everybody on this team.
Ray, when we see the kicks, you talked about it before, the relationship you have with Anthony Edwards, the motivation.
Practices have reportedly been slightly shorter this season, a sign, Johnson said with some humor, that the coaching staff is responding to feedback. The broader point was that White competed in this league, understands what winning requires, and holds the roster to standards that do not adjust based on circumstances. Sophie Cunningham addressed the pace at which the preseason has moved and what the early stages of a team identity look like.
You all provide each other. What has that been like throughout the years?
Yeah, he's always been like a support system to me. We talk about any and everything. I was just texting him yesterday about playoffs, if he's going to play. I told him that I rock his shoes better than he rock his shoes. So.
What has it been like playing with Ty Harrison? I guess what have you learned from playing with her and getting to know her?
Yeah, I remember when I just committed to South Carolina, I used to look up to her. And I used to be like, oh my gosh, I want to be like her one day. So just to play with her is like a blessing, honestly. And I just watch her, what she do in practice.
The roster still has moving parts, injured players who will become significant contributors once healthy, and bodies still competing for spots, which makes it difficult to establish a firm identity this early. Cunningham framed her own role partly around setting a standard, particularly on the defensive end, and being willing to have direct conversations when that standard is not met. The group chemistry, she noted, has developed faster than anticipated, and the dynamic has been relaxed and cohesive.
Just watch her, what she do in practice. She's a great leader. She leads by example, and I think that's really big when I'm coming in as a rookie. So I'm just happy to be on her team, and she's a Gamecock, and I'm a Gamecock, so I know Coach Staley's happy to see that.
What have you learned the most from Steph as a head coach?
Oh, she's funny. Oh, don't tell her this, but her wife came to practice the other day, and I was like, dang, you got some taste. She got a little bit of taste to her. Her wife is beautiful. But
how's her taste?
She shared a moment involving Tyra Harrison's return from injury during a free throw late in a preseason game. Teammates cheered audibly for Harrison's first points back. The group went to dinner that night, and Harrison delivered a pointed message. She appreciated the gesture, but asked that it not happen again because it made her look like she had never scored before. Cunningham described it as a window into Harrison's personality and noted that when Harrison reaches full health, the team's ceiling climbs considerably.
She got a little bit of taste to her. Her wife is beautiful, but
how's her taste in basketball coaching?
It's good. It's good. She teaches me a lot of things. She gets on me. I think she's a great coach, a great person to go to, and I ask her a lot of questions also.
Sophie, I'm reading a story on Steph.
Oh gosh.
Thinking about last year, how is she like the perfect coach to be able to handle the team through all of that adversity?
Yeah, I think the thing about Steph is a lot of people don't know, but she had a lot she had to handle personally last year. And so for her,
On her own return from injury, Cunningham was direct about the process. Even without injury, time away from competitive play creates a lag that conditioning alone cannot close. Basketball requires actual game reps to restore timing and sharpness, and structured offensive and defensive execution in a real setting is a different demand from pickup play or individual workouts.
a lot she had to handle personally last year. And so for her, just to be the great woman and role model she was and is for us on a daily basis, she treats us, yes, like basketball players. We want to win at a very high level, and she wants greatness for us, but also she just cares for us as human beings. And so when you have a coach who really pours into your personal life and truly loves you for you, I just think that speaks volumes, especially at this level.
Have you seen her make any adjustments coming into this second season with the fever or anything? Any changes?
I mean, practice is a little shorter.
She expressed confidence that the sharpness is returning and that she is moving back toward her normal standard. Cunningham also spoke at length about mental performance coaching, which she has worked on with the same specialist for 5 years. Her position is that psychological preparation is not something reserved for players in crisis. It is a resource that improves performance during good stretches as well as difficult ones.